All right, this just goes to show what is simmering. Of course, the frosty relationships between, or the frosty relationship between the governors and also the deputy as well. So it seems with the second bunch of governors and the deputies also, this is still continuing. This, remember, was so rife with the previous regimes that we had before we went into election. I want just to also pick the brains of our panelists who are here with us this morning. Dr. James Nyoro is the global leader of Kenya Diaspora Alliance. We have with us as well Senator Okong'o from Nyamira County, and also we do have with us Jeremiah Kioni, who is a member of Parliament from Daragwa, also the chair of CAOC in Parliament, eagerly waiting for Samuel Pogiso to join us, and also Gladys Boss-Chole as well to join us this morning. Right, let's just begin with you, Dr. James Nyoro. Looking at this development so far, and this frosty relationship, you know, over the years, it has not really thawed, and we thought maybe they had a happy medium because we saw them really reconciling before the media, but now it seems they've hacked back to where they were before. Do you think the legislation can actually try and solve this?
Yeah, the ball is a bit unfortunate, but allow me to bring greetings from Kenyan diaspora leaders in London. They're very happy with what's happening in Kenya at the moment, and I'm sure we'll have time to talk about that. In terms of what's going on in Kiambu, it's very unfortunate. I have great respect to the leaders there. I really wish they could find a way to reconcile, to work together. I'm not sure whether what we are witnessing is jostling for 2022 transition at the national level or not. But it's very unfortunate that the problems they have cannot be addressed behind rooms.
Yes.
They really need not wash their dirty linen in public. I think that's what I have issue with.
Right.
But also, I think it would be vital for Parliament to help define roles for the deputies, particularly the deputy governor, so that people know that this is your do and this is your don't.
Right, and that has been the nub of the matter, Jeremiah Kioni. Yes, to just get definitive role maybe for the deputy governor, so that we don't really have this overlapping of office roles between the governor and the deputy, or maybe just him being or her being a flower in the wall.
I sympathize with Nyoro and other deputies who think that they can get more space than that given by their seniors or their heads of the counties. And I think when you go for that position of the deputy, it is as it is now, you need to appreciate that the only room we have is the one that will be given by your number one. And this actually even applies to the office of the deputy president. I see a lot of people angling to become the deputy president in this country. But it can be as soon as you are seeing Mr. Nyoro, if the president himself does not give you room, allow you space. So we have to be very careful with the positions that we pick when they are offered. They sound nice out there. But if your senior decides to just be the head, I don't think there's much we can do. It is really a question of how much space you'd want to give you. And I don't even see where in the law you can provide for the role of that deputy. And it is all over, because you don't want two centers of power. You want the institution functioning. And Nyoro must, when he offered himself to be the deputy of Waititu, he knew Waititu. And I'm sure he knew how, and I remember we shared a talk show with him at one time at KBC. And I think I told him as much. You are going to be a deputy of Waititu. I'm sure you know how you want to work with Waititu. He cannot come and complain to us and create. Unfortunately, he may be having a point, but I would rather advise him to go slow.
So you won't pray for him? He's really asking.
We will pray for him to come down.
All right, so let's see if Okong'o Mogini will pray for him as well.
No, I think this constitution gives us choices. When the election season comes, you pick which seat you want to go for. And Nyoro chose to be a deputy governor to a governor. And I think the constitution is very clear. The person who will be in charge of a county is the governor. The role of the deputy governor is to deputize the governor. And I don't think you can expect to have a lot of space in terms of undertaking operations in the county. I think the only prayer I can have for him is to maybe anticipate that something can happen in terms of Article 182, which can
Article 182.
which can enable him ascend to the governorship. Otherwise, for now, I think let him be content. Let him be content that he will continue to remain the deputy
I guess
governor.
it's not what I'm thinking. Let me try hand over there to Awan.
You don't need to go there. He just needs to contend with the fact that he'll continue being number 2 to Waititu. Waititu is the one who will be running the show. And I think that's how the architect of this constitution is. And that is the right interpretation. You cannot expect it to be any other way. Nobody will run for that seat of governorship just to cede power to deputy governor. I think what I will appeal is if you want to be deputy governor to a governor, make sure that you'll be able to gel, that you can find space to work together. I think the chemistry, as Mheshimiwa said. Otherwise, to expect anything more, I think we'll be lying to Honorable Nyoro. It cannot work any other way. Yeah.
Of course, you should read also Article 182. The office of the county governor shall become vacant if the holder of the office, and then it goes thusly, of course, to enumerate all manner of happenings that might really lead to, the deputy governor taking over the county government as well. Right. So much further.
Just briefly, I wanted to say, when Governor Waititu was campaigning, ordinarily one picks the deputy because of value he or she brings to the table. Obviously, there are people in Kiambu who I know voted for Waititu on the strength of having the deputy governor. So to really say that, make it look like the deputy is just an appendage.
But let's just be pragmatic about it a bit.
Yes.
Because it seems even some of the deputy governors that we had here before, they did not actually cherry pick. Or they were not cherry-picked by the governor. I think some of them, because of the political constitution within the given maybe county, so it fit, maybe you should run with this particular deputy governor. So it was not out of my own volition that I picked.
That's right.
Deputy Governor Nyoro. Maybe, the people, the advisors were saying, oh, this will be a nice pick. Because some of them, they've been on this forum, they never even have met the governor, or they had not even met the governor before.
So, you're right, Debal. But my point is that obviously the deputy brought in some votes. For me, the best would be for the two to find a way to either coexist or part ways. I think that's what I would advise.
I hear Daktari here and sympathize with him too. For the reason that if the deputy governors did not even know their governors, they had not worked before, they had not even discussed on how they are going to work, then he participated in a fraud. He lied to the voters. He brought credentials on board to help the governor. And what is clear is that what the voters expected is not coming out. And he must own up to that fraud. Because you cannot become a deputy governor without having read the law and understood your role. That you are only useful in the unfortunate scenario of Article 182 coming to play. And then you lie to the Wajikos that I'm coming in to help show up the governor with economic experience, economic training. I'm trained in these areas of agriculture. And for that reason, people vote for the person they would not have voted perhaps if you did not pair up with the governor. So for that reason, those deputy governors who did that, knowing very well they will never use their experience to help the Wajikos if they are not given that space, I think it was part of an electoral fraud.
All right, let's hear from Okong'o. Mugini, finally on it.
Yeah, I think maybe the best way is to say that after the electoral cycle, we need to take some of these deputy governors through some training to really understand what they have gotten themselves into. Because, as I said, if you look at the constitution that we enacted in 2010, most of the powers are based on the governor. I mean, he's the one who will pick the county executives. He's the one who will chair the cabinet. He's the one who will assent to the budget. So what space is really left for deputy governor? I think the best kind of insurance for the voters is that in the event of any unlikely event happening under Article 182, then the deputy governor will step in. Otherwise, in as far as the powers of our deputy governors are concerned, is basically an assistant to the governor, and you just need to find a chemistry of working together with your boss. That is it.
All right.